And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, Joel Embiid and the Sixers have been through a lot in the last 5 years. At the beginning, there were so many losses on and off the court. But trust the process became a mantra, one that Embiid embraced. He said, I think a lot about what I went through, how it prepared me to be a better man. I really feel like I'm the process, and the process is about me. Kevin, the process has turned out quite well.
Thank you, David. And right now, a brief look at the power rankings here at the end of November. It's interesting to see how the teams compare. Taking a look at Philadelphia, they've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And I think for Sacramento, they've been sinking on this list to start out the year. Not what they or really anyone else expected, but that's why you play the games.
Now Sacramento starting five. Barnes and Bagley, the duo with the forward. Fox at the point with Heel to his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Dedmon in at the center. And for Philadelphia, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Now, here's Fox. Pass to Bagley. Shot clock at 5. Over Horford. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Horford. And when you watch him, Chris, around the rim and in the paint, it almost seems like Marvin Bagley is playing on a pogo stick.
Oh, yeah, it's his ability to jump and then immediately jump again. Reminds me a lot of Sean Marion. Players like that are so hard to keep off the offensive glass, and Bagley is no exception.
That one is off. Chris, you played only 2 seasons with Golden State, your first and your last. What was it like ending your career where you started?
Well, I tell you what, that's the reason why I went back to Golden State, was to retire there. I only played 9 games my last season, but I felt like it was full circle. It was completion. Being in front of those fans that gave me so much energy there at Oracle Arena, the ones that showed me so much love as a
oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way!
How can you not love Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
Here's Fox. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston. That's a 2 from Heel. Horford with the rebound. Philadelphia with the ball. Here's Richardson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
Greg, that's about as a high percentage a look as you're going to get running the floor beautifully.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Pass to Horford. Back to Richardson. Bagley with the block.
They need that kind of defensive impact from Bagley. I mean, he's using his size and length to force opponents to be aware of him at that end of the floor.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
From 16 feet away, he cans it. Bagley's got 5 now.
With a multifaceted offensive skill set, Bagley's more than comfortable in the mid-range.
Outside, Simmons. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Harris inside, covered by Barnes, and the basket by Harris.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes. He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can.
Simmons with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Here's Horford. And he overshot that one, missing. The Kings trailing. There's the pass to Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
So, yeah, we've seen the evolution of Fox as a passer, and with every pass like that, it's obvious how far he's come.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Richardson attacking. Here's Embiid. The shot, no good. So the Kings will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
They kept chucking from distance, and ultimately it was their undoing. A disappointing result.
Here's Richardson. Sweet little floater. Richardson's got his second basket.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Healed outside. Passes to Barnes. Now Dedmon. Barnes with it. Now defended by Embiid.
Well, last year, Harrison Barnes traded at the deadline from Dallas to Sacramento. Dallas looking ahead and decided to move Barnes, who was in the midst of a tough season.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one misses. It didn't take much for the Kings, Chris, to jump on the chance to add someone like Barnes.
Yeah, he had a tough year last year, but not too long ago, Barnes was a player giving you almost 20 a night on the wing. The Kings see him as a player in his prime to serve as a leader to this young core.
Richardson the pass to Harris. Kicks it to Horford. For 3, Richardson. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento. Down low, here's Hield. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Yeah, he's evolving into a more well-rounded scorer. Hield really showing his toughness right there, finishing off these types of shots.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Richardson against Hield. Richardson dishes to Harris. Over Barnes. That one off the back iron and out.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Simmons against Fox. Here's Dedmon. Hield outside. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. And Embiid pulls it down.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Horford finds Simmons. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, you got to love the skill set Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet. A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robertson with the pace he's piling them up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star and an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some say you better polish up that MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks.
The Kings making a switch here. Farrell's checked in. Kings leading now by 4. To the middle. Here's Dedmon. Shoots over Embiid. Dedmon's shot is off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Simmons looking around. Pass to Harris. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, you look at Tobias Harris. I mean, it's remarkable the way he's improved. His confidence from three-point range, a huge part of it.
Well, you look at Harris's long-range shooting. Nothing special, Chris, through the first 6 years of his career. But then he turned it around.
Well, Kevin, you know he had laser eye surgery in the summer of 2017. And after that, his shooting improved dramatically. Man, I got to go get surgery now. Anyway, maybe he should be a spokesperson based on how well it worked out for him.
He hits both from the stripe.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Here's Farrell, guarded by Simmons. Here's Bagley. Hits the jumper in space. Bagley's got 11.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him. Get that lead even bigger.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. 4-point game. And Simmons kicks to Harris. Pass to Horford from the arc. It doesn't go for him. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Here's Farrell, guarded by Simmons. Healed outside. It's hauled in by Harris.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Bagley. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Harris. The fadeaway. It's rebounded by Farrell.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. Here's Simmons, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
13 feet away. That's good from Harris on the assist from Simmons. Harris has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harris is a solid mid-range shooter, and he feels comfortable from there.
Richardson against Hield. Now the pass to Bagley. Over Horford. And it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Harris, no good. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They lead by 4.
Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one, but he's got the limp to be the first one, too.
Outside, Simmons. Here's Harris. Harris missing again.
Knowing the kind of competitor he is, I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
Got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Hield. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Fox.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Simmons passes to Richardson. To the left wing. Horford against Bagley. Bagley with the block. Hield right side. It's tipped and stolen by Simmons. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Embiid wide open. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
The 76ers trail by 4. Healed the pass to Barnes. Finished off the break.
And you can see Barnes likes to get out and run. I mean, he knows how to finish in these spots.
Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Sacramento. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season.
And checking out Sacramento, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Burke, the pass to Horford. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Scott, good. Yes, you're talking about the Philly fans. They were even booing their team in that conference semifinal round against Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous with the season on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Burke. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Bolden, guarded by Holmes. It's good. And it's now only a 1-point Sacramento lead.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Farrell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Bolden pulls it in. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Left side, Scott. Out left to the wing. Here's Thibault. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. There's 1:26 left in the first. Here's Bogdanovich, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
And nothing deters Bogdanovich. He enjoys going inside and forcing the D to make a move on him.
Sacramento shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. Well, Greg, it took some time for Bogdan Bogdanovich to make it over to the NBA, but you can see why he was worth the wait.
And Bogdanovich showed some flashes of his great shooting that rookie year and only improved on that last season. Still, you know, in his mid-20s, he should only continue to get better as he adjusts to the NBA.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
Well, one thing the Kings have on their roster are very active bigs.
Yeah, guys like Bagley, Giles, and so on. I mean, they all move great, GA. I mean, these guys help the Kings to thrive in transition. They got quick, big men that can also start the break by bringing it up themselves.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Farrell. Pass to Holmes. And it's Ariza in the corner. And he gets it to go from the corner.
Ariza just totally broke down the defense, exploiting any space they gave him off that pass.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's O'Quinn. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injury.
Health continues to be the key for them, GA. Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs. He's 7'2". You just hope his knees could withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
Well, the Kings decided to move on from Coach Yeager last year. I mean, he did help rebuild that team. Give him credit. They felt like Luke Walton was the choice to get them to the next level.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Bielitsa, and the dunk by Bielitsa.
Now look, I like whenever Bielitsa finishes with force. With the right positioning, he's a problem.
The 76ers trail. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Thibault. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Thibault can't get it to go.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
He doesn't hit that one. Marvin Bagley has been on display for the Sacramento Kings. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Al Horford provided some insight on why he decided to sign with Philadelphia.
What put me over the edge to make this switch is just the depth that I saw with this team. It's an up-and-coming young team that we have a chance to be good for many, many years, and it was something I wanted to be a part of.
Playing for a historic franchise, Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history, something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Trevor Ariza out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Holmes in at the 5, roaming the paint. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin, J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
It's clear to me. Is it clear to you that Ariza feels at home in the post? I mean, just working his way inside and nailing these quality shots.
Philadelphia has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Floats one. Thibault can't get it to go.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Ariza with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 3. Here's O'Quinn. Rebound by the Kings. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. It's Bjelica. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bjelica's got his second basket of the night. The 76ers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Thibault, the pass to Bolden. Here's Thibault. He kicks it to O'Quinn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Burke can't get it to go.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And the shot is good. Now it's a 7-point Kings lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Bolden. Right side Scott. to end the run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on to Aaron Fox. Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there, in the transition game?
2 shots.
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace, but that doesn't mean you hurry and take a hurried shot. Pacing and speed is all about getting it past half court to see if the defense is set, and if they're not, to take advantage. But it's a 2-step process. And for teams that just run all crazy or willy-nilly like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
Scott hits them both. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And here is Fox. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the improvement we saw from Fox was a big reason the Kings were a surprise team from last season. He emerged as one of the team leaders early on, and he is still the playmaker for this team going forward.
Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
First one falls for him. And with Fox leading with his playmaking, the difference was clear.
Yeah, Kevin, he grew up so much during his rookie season. I mean, how he sees the court, when he's going to attack. The results showed up both in assist totals as well as his efficiency when he was the one taking the shot.
Fox hits them both.
We've seen Fox step up as a leader recently. He knows his teammates look to him, and he's happy to lead the charge.
Here's Thibault. He is covered by Bogdanovich. Thibault can't get it to go.
He's dragged them down with his performance today. I mean, a whole lot of zeros from him on the stat sheet.
Here's Ariza. Bolden pulls it in.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration at times.
Scott the pass to Bolden. Kicks to Burke. Three-pointer. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see which teams have been the NBA's best in the rebounding department. The 76ers in second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Here's Fox. Bolden pulls it in. Bolden's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's denied.
Oh, tremendous reach on the block by Ariza, making a real effort on defense.
Pass to Bogdanovich. The pass to Holmes. Ariza outside. Shoots over Scott. Ariza no luck.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
To the paint. Here's Bolden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bolden's got his 2nd bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Fox. No good that time. And it's Philadelphia the other way. And Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Sacramento making some changes. Bagley, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Harrison Barnes comes in for Bielitsa. And Hield subbed in for Fox. On the wing, Harris. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Harris has got 8 points.
The dribbling maneuvering of Harris, I mean, just an absolute genius with the ball in his hands.
Richardson against Bogdanovich. Here's Barnes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Richardson.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do. The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina, Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
First free throw is good. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot up three. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Al Horford subbed in for Mike Scott. Richardson the pass to Simmons. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't stuck in there and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I got to get rest for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me all the way into the basket.
What was your response?
He pushed me into the basket.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Bogdanovich looking around. Passes it to Hield. Over Simmons. Again, the miss by the Kings. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Bogdanovich. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
The 76ers leading. Simmons, the bounce pass. Harris drives in. It's deflected. And the Kings pushing it up now. Here's Bogdanovich. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Ben Simmons.
Bogdanovich so solid at making defenders feel uneasy. He knows how to get them to foul him, too.
And Chris, last season, Bogdanovich shifting to the role of 6th man for the Kings, but he flourished in that spot.
Yeah, and even though he was coming off the bench, Bogdanovich got plenty of chances and minutes. He was given the green light to shoot with the second unit. He also did a fair amount of facilitating as well.
And the first one drops.
You know, an all-around threat with a promising future. I mean, Bogdanovic has the tools and the drive. He could be a solid player in this league for many years.
Yogi Ferrell's checked in for Buddy Hield. And so Bogdanovic nails both of them. Simmons with it. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every night with an average of 20 points a game. He dishes it to Richardson. Pass to Harris. Right at the free throw line. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Barnes kicks to Bogdanovic. The 3. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Raptors in Toronto. Bogdanovic, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, Kevin, and think about this. The Sixers last season took the Raptors to 7 games in the Eastern semis. That buzzer-beating series-ending fall-away jumper 4 times bouncing on the rim by Kawhi. Philly hoping to go further this time.
And he makes the first. And for the Sixers, 2 consecutive seasons, Chris, getting knocked out in the second round. How did they get over the hump?
Well, Kevin, first you want to start with health. And then after, can you guys stay healthy? How about the chemistry? The East is wide open. They have the talent to beat anybody.
And so Bogdanovic nails both of them.
And last season, the Sixers unveiling a Dr. J statue on their Legends Walk outside the team training facility.
Oh, yeah, his 2nd statue in Philly. I mean, the other one is down by the stadium. At that Legend Walk, you know who he joins? Wilt Chamberlain, Mo Cheeks, Bobby Jones, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer. That's some good company to be in. Some great history for the Sixers.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
The 76ers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Take a break.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And the first one at the line is good.
I'm not really sure I've ever seen a center who could play bully ball in the paint, then step out and hit the 3, then give you the handles in the mix like Joel Embiid. I mean, him and Boogie Cousins are really the only 2 that come to mind.
Outside, Bagley. On the wing, Barnes. 6 to shoot. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. And even though Embiid has that deep range, he prefers to throw his weight around inside.
And he should, Kevin. And at times, a lack of spacing has forced him to step outside. I mean, he's as gifted as you can get on that block. I mean, you got to get him the ball down there with space to work.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. You look at Tobias Harris, he has really been playing well.
He's been a force inside. If they don't commit more bodies down low, he's going to keep destroying them in the paint.
And let's check out some stats for Horford. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's averaging 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities 100%.
Pass to Bagley for the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Simmons dishes to Horford, and he gets the bucket. Horford's got the lead up to 3 now for the 76ers.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. I mean, he's fantastic at seeing when one of his guys is open.
Here's Ferrell. He feeds it to Bagley. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Goes back up. Horford the pass to Embiid. It's stolen by Bagley. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Embiid with a clear path to the hoop. And Simmons slams it in.
Oh, look at the unselfishness of Embiid, Kevin. I mean, he's solid at realizing when one of his guys is uncovered.
Here's Farrell, guarded by Simmons. Farrell passes to Barnes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Harris. And Chris, as skilled as he is offensively, some overlook Joel Embiid's defensive impact.
Yeah, Kevin, he's the centerpiece of their defense. He's an outstanding rim protector, and he moves great for a player his size.
That's good from Barnes.
No postseason trip for the Kings last year, but a successful season, if you ask me. Ended up with the 9th seed in the West, 39 wins for this team, the most for the franchise since 2006.
Second free throw, no good. And that 2006 team for the Kings, Chris, that was just 1 year after you played for them.
Shows how long it's been for Sacramento fans to have a great team. The franchise is in a postseason drought that they need to break. That is their objective, first and foremost.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you know I'm partial to Sacramento. And Bagley looks to be a great one. His ability to shoot and finish inside is going to make him a weapon for years to come.
He misses the free throw. And Chris, in his rookie year, Bagley needed some time to adjust.
Yeah, the Kings brought him along slowly, but about halfway through the season, he turned it on. Bagley looks like another standout player from a loaded 2018 draft class.
Bielitsa, who's checked in for the Kings. He hits the second from the line.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
And there's the pass to Harris. The 3. Rebound by Bielitsa.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute to them.
Bogdanovich. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Philadelphia. He's been punishing them at the line in this one, going 7 of 8.
And how good has he been at the line?
The first free throw is good.
And a sudden departure from L.A. for Luke Walton. Landed with Sacramento almost immediately. Seems like he escaped some dysfunction upon leaving L.A.
Yeah, Jay, we all heard the reports that there was a lot of backstabbing during Walton's last year in L.A. I'm sure it feels nice for him to get a fresh start, especially with the front office that wants him there.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Passes it to Harris. Looking to end his cold spell, and he sinks the layup. Harris has got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Farrell passes to Barnes. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Richardson. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back.
Well, this is where Simmons does the most damage. I mean, he's an electrifying, dynamic transition player who torches defense.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Farrell for 3. He can't hit that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. Baseline jumper. He can't get that one to fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Philadelphia ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 12-4 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possessions. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Well, a lot of their points came in transition, dictating the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Bogdan Bogdanovic really making a difference here.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Yeah, I mean, showing that tenacity both mentally and physically.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Barnes outside. Pass to Hield. This one for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. And Embiid drops them both. The league has cracked down C-Webb on flagrants. Players leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league has given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rampus just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call a ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach whose only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it.
Now, here's Fox. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Here's Simmons. Oh, the power on that throwdown. Wow.
Oh, he's a supreme competitor. Simmons, he creates second chance opportunities with his hustle. Well, we always knew Buddy Hield was a strong shooter, but he was arguably the best in the game last season. A huge jump in field goal percentage from him, from anywhere on the floor.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And with Hield last year hitting over 45% of his threes on a significant volume.
Yeah, and he took over 7 threes a game. I mean, hitting them at that clip is incredible. He truly transformed himself into a go-to scorer last season with his dead-eye shooting.
And the Kings making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Both free throws good from Hield.
Hield, everybody knows he's a talented guard. He's a deadly scorer. He can get hot in a hurry.
Fox against Simmons. The dish to Harris. He gets it in there. Harris has got the lead up to 11 now for the 76ers.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
Fox looking it over. Bagley in the post, working on Horford. Bagley, no good. The 76ers leading by 11. Fox with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. That one drops for him. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, and look at the strength of Fox. Amazing how he maintains control despite getting roughed up a little bit.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Simmons against Fox, and it's Simmons penetrating. Dedmon with the block. Richardson against Hield, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Richardson.
You have to be cautious in how you guard Hield. He's skilled at picking up the contact.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Hield has slowly but surely turned himself into one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
And guys, to be as locked in as he is from deep with his height and release is deadly. He's the kind of player who gets better as his teammates get better around him, and he is just now finding his stride.
And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Bagley against Horford. Bagley kicks to Fox. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Fox has got 8 points.
This is Fox at his very best. He's so hard to stop when he's attacking with force.
And it's Burke with the ball for the 76ers. It's a 5-point game. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Bagley. Kings have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Now the 76ers on the break. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And he'll be happy that they're in front, but he knows better than anyone else that he's still without a bucket, and he won't be happy with that.
Ariza no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
It's stolen by Bagley. And stolen by Scott. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Well, that's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnovers.
Outside, Fox. Healed right side. For 3, it's good from long range. 9 points in the game so far.
I love seeing Hill shoot the 3 ball. He's a high percentage scorer from there, firing with ease.
Pass to Thibault. The pass to Horford. To end the drought. Goes back up, and it's good on the way up. And the 76ers lead by 4.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Now Fox. 8 points for him. Misses the 3. Burke looking over the floor. Passes it to O'Quinn. Back to Burke. Clock at 4. A 3 ball. Connects from 3-point range. Now it's a 7-point 76ers lead.
No, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from 3-point range when there's no hand in his face.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
And the 76ers making a change here. Simmons is checked in. MyLeague, he's checked in for the Kings. And here is Fox. Out to the right wing. Over Simmons. Holmes finds Hield. Nailed from 3-point land. Hield's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Sacramento. Simmons passes to Horford. Back to Simmons. Hook shot. Here's O'Quinn, and the layup falls. O'Quinn's got his 3rd basket of the night. And it's the Kings with the ball. Outside, Fox. To the inside, Bielitsa. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got assist number 8 now on the night. Philadelphia leading by 4. Thibault, the pass to Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Now look at the fearlessness. It comes into play when we talk about Simmons. He's a force inside.
And what just drops your jaw, Chris, with Fox is just how quick he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's an absolute bullet once he gets out in transition. A good amount of his points come from just beating everyone else down the floor when he pushes the tempo.
That's good from Simmons. And Simmons drops them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Fox goes in. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Here's Thibault. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Here's Hield. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And the 76ers making a change here. Bolden's checked in. Both free throws good from Heel. So it's Philadelphia now. They lead by 4. Pass to Scott. Back to Simmons. To the wing on the left. 5 on the clock. But he stays with it.
Now, that's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Kings trail by 4. Up top, Heel. He's got 14. It's Bielitsa. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Thibault the pass to Bolden. A second chance effort, and that one drops. Bolden's got 6 points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Pass to Holmes. Over to the left wing. Here's Fox. Another shot. And the pass to Bielitsa. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Here's Thibault. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 4th assist in this one.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Ariza outside. Shoot from the right block. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Simmons got his 7th rebound here tonight. The shot will not fall. And the Kings going the other way now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. The 76ers leading by 9. Outside, Simmons. Fox with the steal. Bogdanovich against Richardson. And good that time. 15 points in the game.
A terrific, versatile scorer. I mean, once Bogdanovich gets hot, he stays assertive and on the attack.
1:37 left in the third quarter. Simmons dishes to Harris. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Oh, man. Well, now he's going to be walking a tight line. I mean, one more foul, and his night is a wrap.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. And a change for Sacramento. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Kings now. Richardson kicks to Simmons. Feeds to Embiid. Got a piece of it. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. And now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running. Finished off the break. Simmons got 6 in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
55 seconds left in the third quarter. Richardson outside. He kicks it to Simmons. Kings in the air, and Embiid lays it in. Embiid's got 10 points.
And they continue to control the glass. Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Richardson covering. Bogdanovich passes to Fox. 4 on the clock. From deep. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Here's Embiid. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Philadelphia ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right
there. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 9 points. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Barnes. And at the 3, the small forward. Bogdanovich against Richardson. And here's Barnes for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Philadelphia leading by 6. Outside, Simmons. Passes it to Harris. Basket counts. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And you can try to rough Harris up all you want, but he'll still find a way to hit shots on the drive. Just to master at reading the shot angles and getting the attempts over defenders.
Looking to get it going, and it's Fox with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Simmons passes to Harris. Over Barnes. Harris misses.
Working as hard as anybody for that rebound. That's not an easy one to corral.
Fox kicks to Barnes. Over Harris. Some solid defense from Harris. Philadelphia shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Richardson. Dedmon with the block. Here's Embiid. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
And we know Embiid can shoot the ball, which is why he fools defenders with the pump fake.
First one falls for him.
Is there a more entertaining player in this league than Joel Embiid? I mean, on the court, he's a 7+ footer who can do it all. Off the court, no one better on social media.
Bagley, he's checked in for Bielitsa. To the middle, Embiid with the steal. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. And slam dunk by Harris.
Oh, the defense of Embiid leads to the hoop. Love to see the energy he brings to the table.
The Kings trail by 9. Fox dishes to Bagley. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Al Horford is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Fox. Shot clock at 6. Richardson outside. Here's Embiid. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Monday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
And that game against the Spurs, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Pass to Barnes. Dedmon trying to break free. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Harris.
Oh, that's a nice play from Barnes. Putting enough pressure on the D that time, and they were forced to foul and give him a chance at the line.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Well, at this stage of his career, Barnes knows who he is. He's a glue guy who does a bit of everything out there.
It's tipped, but they'll get another chance. Bogdanovich against Richardson. Outside, Fox. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Was that a guard or a big? What a dime from Bagley. He continues to develop his vision.
The 76ers leading by 5. Outside, Simmons. Harris outside. Pulls up on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists now in the game. Simmons against Fox. Pass to Bagley. Dedmon trying to break free. Bagley, no good.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Simmons against Fox. Simmons passes to Embiid. Harris inside, covered by Barnes. Harris, no good. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Sacramento Kings. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Philadelphia.
Shoot 2.
No good on the free throw.
And there's no question that Bagley has a ton of talent. Now it's up to him to meet his potential.
Fields checked in for Bogdanovich. And the second free throw, good. Philadelphia leading by 6. Richardson outside. With the floater. Great D that time from Bagley.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Barnes can't get it to go. 76ers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Another miss by Philadelphia.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field. But how about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half, and now he's the man.
Philadelphia shooting just 30% from the field here in the 4th. In the corner, it's Richardson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the 76ers lead by 7.
And he's got his first 3 of the game. Took more than a half to do it, though.
Inside and stolen by Horford. Fox with the steal. Bagley kicks to Barnes. Puts up a 3. That shot off the mark. Simmons with the defensive effort. And he gets it to go. And it's a 9-point 76ers lead.
The physicality of Simmons on display, showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
Timeout called by the Kings. There's one of the most versatile scorers in the game, Tobias Harris. He had some great teachers, too, including Hall of Famer George the Iceman Gervin.
Yeah, well, check this out, Kevin. His father was Gervin's agent late in his career. I mean, from age 10, Tobias got to train at Gervin's facility every summer, and they still work out to this day. That's a real one. Harris learning from a great how to get buckets.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Luke Walton was just talking about strategy with his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Here's Bagley. 4 on the shot clock. And stolen by Horford. And now Philadelphia on the break. Richardson, no luck.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
A confident scorer. I mean, even when the defense is on Bagley and being aggressive, he gets it done.
Simmons with it. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. Here's Fox. Healed outside. The 15-footer. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Fox. And Harris gets it to go on the assist from Simmons. And it's now 22 points for Tobias Harris. The Kings trail by 9. Fox goes in. They double him with Simmons. And stolen by Harris. Here's Richardson. And he makes good on the layup.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects. Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine.
Take a break.
I still
Take a
think
break.
that, you know, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. You know, your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
He's off on the second.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the shot goes down.
This is where Simmons likes to shoot from, and the closer he is to the rim, the better.
Sacramento with the ball. A 12-point game. Now, here's Fox. Hield attacking. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Here's Harris. Embiid trying to break loose. Makes it off the glass. Harris has got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. Hield against Richardson. The 3 from Barnes. He's off on that one.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. This really hurt me.
Richardson, good.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Fox. Kicks it to Bagley. Dishes it to Barnes. No good from outside.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man, awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Kings trail by 16. And no good. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Simmons against Fox. Up top, Simmons. Richardson outside. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Down low, here's Barnes. It's hauled in by Richardson.
He hasn't been able to find any kind of groove this quarter. I mean, it seems like he's been running on fumes since halftime.
Sacramento making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Fox against Simmons. Harris outside. Tipped away and stolen by Bogdanovich. Back to Fox. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Fox has got 14 points here in the second half.
But we've seen more of this recently from Fox. A confident, efficient offensive player who looks to score often.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Simmons inside. Guarded by Fox. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. James checked in for the Kings. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Kings trail by 15. Hield attacking. And yes, it's good.
Are using a good combination of size and strength. Hield muscles through the defense beautifully.
There's 1:38 left in the game. Simmons against Ariza. Outside, Simmons. The free throw drops for Embiid. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? And there's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys in a year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on a contract or are getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract. And those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time. But the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players in the league, period.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the 76ers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Tobias Harris.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another miss by Philadelphia. So it's Sacramento now. Here's Joseph. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the first one drops. And Joseph drops them both. Bielitsa against Embiid. Bielitsa inside. Good D by Embiid.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.